have to start my consultation, and I don't know how. Then I haven't seen Papa, but he was always telling me, don't be afraid. So God has been so faithful that I was not into the political terrain as it may be, but I just started my grassroots recently. So God has it that almost every place that I go to tell them that I want to aspire for the position of a councilor. Anytime I stand to talk, it's as if God gave me an oil of acceptance. Before I talk anything, people will click into it. In acceptance, I want to celebrate somebody who God has used, the person of Evangelist Honorable Sonny Tatabozogu. He was one time local government chairman, and currently God has blessed him with an appointment of a commissioner. At this junction, ladies and gentlemen, this is my house, this is my church. But I'm sorry, there's somebody I would like us to appreciate that is in our presence, the person representing my political father. His name is Honorable Smart Jigbefume. Please, can you rise up, sir? Let them celebrate you. I'm here to say thank you to Jesus Christ for using all these people and the more that I could not mention to help me. It wasn't really as easy as you people may hear it. The journey was quite difficult. People were accepting me the way I was, and everybody was saying, okay, you Jack or you're in charge. Along the line, devil came. And when devil came, he came in a manner that we did not even expect him to arrive that way. And when the storm started shaking, I said, Papa, it's almost time. I've been into this thing for 1 year and 6 months. And now they say my primary election is closed. And the governor and some political hierarchy, they said there's a way they want this particular election. They don't want a situation whereby 1 or 2 people go and bring up person and say, go and represent us. So they brought a criteria that they needed to use for us to be nominated. And the delegates mentioned was about 26 in my own ward, State Ward 15, Federal Ward 11. That is Ogbobi Central. So when it was time, a day to our election, they mentioned the names of the people, and I was scared. Reason is because I have never been happened before. I said, okay. At that junction, my leader, who I just mentioned, said I shouldn't worry. That what's going to happen is let's just go to most of the names mentioned and let's go and see a way to convince them to voting for me. And then I said, no, I cannot go now, sir. I'm so sorry. The time is very short. If I just have 3 hours to go and meet these people till the next month and we not offer them more. I said no, I had to rush to church. For those of you that was in church on that Friday, you saw me. I came here, I cried to the altar. I didn't want to enter here because church was going on. I didn't even know it was Friday service. I went to the altar mountain outside and I said, God, this is your mountain. And I told him a word. I was just about leaving after praying. And then when I looked up, I said, I'm tired of praying. Look at your house. It's uncompleted. I said, if you put a shame to me, your house might not be as progressive as we wanted it to be, because we need this position to help the ministry go. And then when I told God that, I didn't know that God was already talking to Papa while he was ministering here. So just about leaving, I was just about leaving, Papa instructed that they call me in. So those of you that was here, I came in and then Papa prayed for me. While Papa was praying for me, he gave me the opportunity to sit down on that royal chair.
Hala grace! Are you clapping those hands for Jesus?
When I sat on the chair, ladies and gentlemen, I did not know how. My body was shaking. They were calling me on phone. Where is this girl? We need to start. People were calling me. Other people have started going because we were about 4 that came out. All of them, they are going to houses. Where are you? You are nowhere to be found. I said, no, there's a greater God that I went to see. And by the time I come back, he will prove himself. So immediately Papa spoke a word in my life and said, go. And then while I sat there, Papa mentioned and said, I need a microphone, and this is the price. So immediately, something just said, speak. And then I spoke onto that altar. Papa was not aware. I said, God, if you do it for me, this microphone that Papa is calling big money, I will buy it.
If you're celebrating someone, can you do better for Jesus? Tell us.
Before then, there was a particular money they told me to give a man. That man has been saying no to me. He said, I don't dislike you, but you see, this position, not be you we want. Woman no go lead us. And then I said, God, if I give this man this money, he might not do what I want him to do. But let me go and give you the money so you can send him a message. So I came to the altar, I dropped the money, and Papa prayed. I left. Lo and behold, my election day arrived, and they started the process. They started writing names. If you know it is Mercy, you want to vote for, write Mercy. If you know it's this, write this. If you know it's this, write that. And then the end of the process, they mentioned but a few. God remembered me. He didn't just give me one. He didn't say, okay, let this person have 2 and then you have 3. God did it in a way that the margin that I used to speed off from them was beyond my expectation. Other persons had, one of the contestants had 8. One had 0. And I got 18 delegates voted in me.
Clap those hands for Jesus. Somebody, are you celebrating the God of Fire? Tell us.
I was just appreciating what God did for me, unknown to me that was the beginning of my battle. And then these people said, oh, so she finally won the primary election and now she has the flag of PDP. It's going to be not an easy one for her. They started manipulating. They started doing a lot of caucus meeting for me. These men from my hometown, they said never. And then I said, God, how will I do this? I told Papa again. Papa said, don't be afraid. After that primary election, it was toxic. There was nothing they did not use to fight. Sometimes I wake up and say, Papa, this dream is somehow. Papa said, don't worry, the God of our fire is with you. Let me not waste your time. Fast forward to the 13th day of July last week was our main general election. And then we had other opposition party. I had Accord, I had APC, I had Labour Party. And me, I was representing PDP as a flag bearer. So I stood my ground. I said, this election, God go do one for me. And it was really this, for those of you that got the information, this councilorship election, the kind of stress that we undergo has never been like this before. It was as if it was a House of Assembly election. That particular day, before that night, I had a dream and God told me that among all the 6 units that we had in Abavo, that something has been dug in all the units. I did not tell my parents because my mom would be very scared. She's hearing it for the first time. I said, what did they dig? Should I tell Papa? And then I remember that Papa told me on a Sunday before the election, he said, I'm going to give you a mantle. Just when you take this mantle, first of all, go and roll on the altar. And anytime you want to take your bath, and Papa said I should enter a program for 1 week. Throughout my election, I was on fasting. I did not eat for 7 days. I was breaking late. So anytime I want to take my bath, I will insert the mantle in the water. And then I was just doing what Papa said I should do. I would just pray and bath and go out. On that day of election, rain started falling. I told my mom, Mommy, carry me. And then when she dropped me, I said, hold on at the gates. I took my fire oil that Papa has anointed. And then I was very privileged to have almost 2 in my bag. And then I began to sprinkle from unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5 to 6. I said, God, whatever that has been dug here for the sake of this election, in order for people to strive their vote to another person, God, may it not work. And then after I sprinkled it, I went to my own unit, that is unit 2. They tried to use fights. They brought in courtists. There was nothing they did not do. So down to, you people know how election goes, they share money. They said in my own, I will not share any money. But they were sharing money. They even went as far as carrying camera. Say if I share money, they go carry and go give sheriff and all that. They were sharing big money, honestly. And I looked at myself, I said, if I begin to share 5,000 naira for 600 or 700 persons, go te waka. And then I spoke right in that place. And then I heard elderly women, they were saying, Mom, aworele, in my dialect, aworele, eyin nari wego, enyamari benjeko.
Have those hands for Jesus. Tell us.
English word means that we will collect the money from them, but we know where we are going to. I still did not believe them because money is very powerful. If I did not give you 1,000, somebody gave you 5,000, will you vote for me? I was scared, but God proved himself. When the result came, my leader is there. He never mentioned to me what was happening. I was driving my bike. The other guy that had an upper hand, that is the Accord guy, he was using his vehicle, he was using his car, I was using bike. As they drive a motor, I did drive my machine from one unit to the other. When I get to a unit, I'll ask my agent, Alpha. They say PDP, we never know. But I will now go to another one, they'll say, it be like saying a draw. I'll go to another unit, they'll say, we never know. Some people, they hide their ballot paper. And then I began to lose faith. I say, God, did you remember what I told you, that if you put me to shame, this thing will not come to pass? And then I used that word and I heard it strong. My brothers and sisters, it was just about 12 to 1 o'clock. And the devil came to my unit 2. So when I saw that they were trying to do mago there, in fact, they took extra sheet of ballot paper. They said they want to fuck me up there. Sorry for using the F word. They used it and they inserted more than what was brought by the agents and supervisor. And when I saw it, I raised an alarm. I said, no, this thing cannot happen in my presence. This thing is not what they told us. And this paper now, how did you people go and carry paper and be thumb printing so that you win here? Never. So I screamed and screamed. And then my political leader called me, the person of Honorable Smart. He said, don't bother yourself. If they want to win in that unit, let them win. Anything they want to do, don't be worried. The whole unit has surrendered from unit 1 to 6. You are getting edge.
Tell us.
When I got the results from unit 1 where I voted, me and the guy, in fact, we voted in the same unit because he's from my own quarter. And then when I got the quarter from Agbor, that is where I came from, I was having 90 something and he was having 30. So unit 2 was a war. In fact they refused to count the votes there. They went to unit 3 and they said I was having 80 something, he was having 15. We went to unit 4, they said I was having more than 82 and he's having something close like 17. From there we went to the last unit. That is where we have, that's like the senior in the quarters that we have. You know, in my community, we have Idumugbo, we have Central, we have Ogbonholo. That Idumugbo, what they did, I don't know how God used them. I had 152 votes there. And the young man that was chasing me had just 9 votes. And to God be the glory, I am standing here to tell you, my brothers and sisters, that among the 6 units in Ogbobi, I cleared everywhere with a massive vote. And today, as I stand with you, the returning officer there, they just told me that you have won. And that's how it's been. I went to my clearance, and to God be the glory, the best thing God did to me on my birthday, that was on the July 16th, was the day they gave me my certificate of approval of a honorable.
Keep clapping those hands for Jesus. Keep celebrating the God of Raphael.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go on and on because I know that we have a long way to go today. I'm here to thank the God of Brother Fire that he has changed my name. You know why I sang that song? When I came to church 2 weeks ago, Pepe sang this song. And then the song was hitting in my mind. I said, God, this is the song I will sing for you if you do it for me. And to the glory of God, my name has been added a HON, a honorable member representing State Ward 15. Praise the Lord, somebody.
Visit our website via www.propheticfiretv.com. You can also visit our social media handles for more at Brother Fire Ministries on Facebook, Prophetic Fire TV on YouTube, Brother Fire TV 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Prophetic Fire TV on TikTok. Thanks for watching.